What's up, Mike? What's up, Earl? What are y'all up to? And also, happy Thanksgiving. That's why I started this. I have nothing else to do, and I figured I'd give everyone a little season's greeting. Look at me. What I do? I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Mm-mm. I figured I haven't put out content in a while, so I needed to do something. The link is in the comments if either of y'all want to join. Yeah, I need to start doing the weekly catch again. Um, I've been busy. I've actually been doing the technical side for another podcast, like a podcast thing, and it has been killing my time. You should come up. I'm gonna be on for a while, Yak Shore. I just started. It's been like 2 minutes, so yeah, I'm gonna be on for a while. I got my microphone that you can't see because it blends in with my beard. There is a microphone though. I promise. It's right here. All right, sounds good, Mike. I don't care if you want to pop up. That is completely up to you. This is not like a big serious thing. I just, like I said, I was bored and figured I'd hop on and say happy Thanksgiving to everybody and just see what all was going on. I ain't got nothing to do tonight. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yes, both of those subjects are very serious, but this live isn't. If it's nice enough tomorrow, I might actually go fishing. It's been raining for the past couple of days though. But that should mean the fish are biting. There we go. We got Mr. Earl.
Yeah, I'm on a different channel, so you can get more watch hours.
Nice.
And
I
and I'm on with my phone.
nice. I went from like 397 all the way down to 300. And in a couple of days I got back up to like 385 and I've dropped back down to 362. I don't know where they keep going or how
It's
many
probably from a year ago dropping off.
yeah, I don't understand how I
What's up,
accrued
Jay?
so many though. You've only been once in the last 2 months, you actually? That's actually probably about the same as me for now. I don't do the cold very well, so yeah. I don't know. I didn't think I got like 20 hours in a day. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
20 hours to drop off in one day, it just seems excessive to me. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I went tonight and popped off my traps. I wouldn't have had to because they were both popped off anyway, but trying to trap beavers.
What's up, Chad? I don't know if I already said that or not.
And old beavers aren't cooperating, or else the either that or the nutria are just plugging my traps before they can get in there. But
Are
I
you
caught so big this morning, it made a 330 look like a 220. I brought it home and weighed it, and it was still only right at 18 pounds. So
that's still pretty
that's still
good
big.
size.
I could put that footage up here and you could see it before I even make a video.
I'm fine with that.
I'd have I think I can.
If you send it to me on Instagram, I could present it, I think.
Well, I know I can. I mean, this looks just like my
Okay.
just like my StreamYard, so I know I can. You'll have to put it up on screen, but I got to get it up here on my computer. Let's see here. Did I just see Alicia's in here?
Hot mess fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing, Alicia?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Let's see. Where's my?
I'll put the thing in the chat again in case it got swiped away. Just in case anyone wants to join.
I want to show you how big this thing really is.
All right, I got my catches pulled out. That's a big nutria. Decent size, and that is probably.
Okay, there's the clip I want to share.
Hear it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't showing it because.
Gotcha.
Let's see, present video file. Now I got to find my video file.
Doing pretty good. How about you, Earl?
Oh, I'm killing it, you know. Just kidding. But let me find.
You got big plans for tomorrow?
I'm driving to my folks' place tomorrow. So.
All right, I got my catches pulled out. That's a big nutria. Decent size, and that is
What's up,
probably
Kara?
15 pounds, I'd say.
Hey, Kara.
This one over here.
Look at that. That's a 330.
Huge one. That's a 330 trap.
That is
That's
big.
a size 13 boot. Up against it. That's about half the distance. A little over half. There's two
Does the
size
tail dip
13
down in the
boots, and
water?
I still got
What's that? Yeah.
about that much
Tail's
tail
down in
left.
the water.
That is a huge nutria. I need to
I'd
get a
run
weight on
from
that.
that.
That's big.
Yeah, that's big.
That was
That's big.
yeah.
So I'm over 50 nutria now since the middle of October.
Nice.
Since
Very
I was trying to beaver trap, and they kept getting. It's all in that same ditch too. So
Otter cat.
Bobby and his
Bathroom sign.
reefing his rats. I went down there. So, what's up, River Rat? I went down there tonight and ripped out a bunch more of that dam, and I couldn't ever get my stakes in because I
Right.
was hitting the rocks. And I don't know if the beaver did it or if there was a row of rocks across there already, but they had some boulders down in there underneath their dam.
Oh,
I got all them ripped out now, so
nice.
I ripped it out good and deep because I'm not going to be back until Monday at the earliest to get my traps reset, and I want it to drain all that water out of there.
Right.
I already dropped that level about 2 feet, and I think I can get
Oh,
some
wow.
good ones in there now. But them things are frustrating me.
Yeah, when you want to catch them, you don't get that many. When you don't want to catch them, you keep grabbing them.
Well, the beavers are frustrating me too, but also I got a trail camera set up on it, and it won't ever turn on when they're there. It only when I go there. All I got is a bunch of videos of me digging out the dumb ditch. And I don't want videos of me. Anyway, I put the camera up about 5 feet from where I ripped the dam out.
That's kind of crazy because like I've seen trail cams go off just because like dust went by.
Right. Well, I don't have the sensitivity set real high, so that might be part of it. But it still should catch a nutria swimming. I mean,
that's true.
Yeah, hunting your can. River rat, did you see that clip that was just on there? That thing was huge. I brought it home and weighed that one because it was big.
It looked like a nice size for sure.
Yeah, I can adjust the sensitivity, but I don't know how. I just was reading up on it a little bit ago. But
huge.
It was huge.
It's probably something you could do like in the app. There's an app for it, right?
I don't know. It's not a cell cam.
Gotcha.
It's just a trail cam. Is the lady gonna come up and talk to us, or is she just still a shy one?
Mm-hmm. I've been wanting to get a cheap trail cam to take out to the river.
Yeah.
And put it on one of the pylons for the bridge.
Yeah.
Just to see if anything pops up in the water overnight. What's up, Luke?
Browning. Strike Force. Not Browning. Strike Force. Or is it Browning? I don't know.
It has a Browning logo on the side.
I know, I see that. I don't know.
What's the price point on that?
119, I think.
Oh, that's not too bad.
I didn't want it. Oh, there it says Browning.
Okay.
What's up, Luke?
I will have to look into that. Again, I don't even know if I can put a camera down there because it's technically Virginia Parks and Recreations property. I guess I could ask, but it would be on a bridge pylon away from the campground.
Yeah.
So I don't see why I couldn't. I know. I kind of figured. Anybody that wants to come up, I put the link in the chat. If you don't see it, just let me know and I'll put it back in there.
Alicia, I think you need a hat. Pretty sure you do.
I know I do. I just can't afford them right now.
Should I video me shooting my pigs?
You got a video of shooting pigs?
I said, should I video me shooting pigs this weekend?
Yes. No, all right, so they do really well on YouTube. For whatever reason,
no, they don't.
hog hunts do amazing.
No, it's not hog hunts. It's killing pigs for butchering them.
Oh, same difference. I guarantee it'll do good on YouTube.
No, they don't want you to do that kind of stuff. That's killing pets.
Nah.
I'm not putting it on YouTube. No, I should put it on one of my other channels.
Put it on Nutrient Ninja.
I could do that. Why are the I was talking about trapping and couldn't get its stakes in. Old feed sack with the rocks.
How does that work? Wire the trap to it? Like safety wire?
Wire an old feed sack. Oh. No, I got the rocks out of the way now.
Crap, I need
Oh yeah, Chad, I know. I mean, most of my followers wouldn't have a problem with watching it. It's just it would go against YouTube regs. So yeah, trapping wire.
What you do for that video, Earl, is you set it up perfectly to where they just get out the gate, then you do it.
You just peg them in the head.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
There's Mr. Old Yak Shore.
Yeah, we got another microphone in the house.
Yeah, man. Just chilling out, man. You guys hear me okay, right?
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
I hear you fine. I still don't follow exactly what he's saying about the
Yeah, I don't understand either.
What do we not understand? I missed
feed sack with the rocks in it for the
Put
330.
it up for you to read right there.
What's up, Sarah? I thought you might pop in if I'd share it out.
Yeah, I'm not sure I follow that one either.
Sarah, I'll wave when I go by in the morning.
I'm gonna do this again. Paste.
Did you pin that comment?
That's what I'm doing now.
Hello, Alicia. How are you? I watched one of your
Sold on Bobby's.
I watched your ball field digging video the other day. I like how you called the pop can tabs. She's like, oh, it's just be a pop can tab. And she digs it up. You know, it could be a foot deep. Digs up. Oh, yep, it's a pop can tab.
Going to Chihuahua, Sarah, which is an hour north of Spokane.
I actually learned something earlier on YouTube about metal detecting. If you are getting a strong signal and it is deep, I don't know why, but it will 99% likely be a soda can. Like they say if it's a loud signal and it's deep, it's likely a soda can.
All right, OtterCat sent me this thing.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, depending on where you live, I mean, at 10 cents a can, you know, depending on which state you're in, that can add up pretty quick.
I don't got that here. I take 3, they're either 15 or 20 gallon tubs of crushed cans, and I'll only get like $20.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed that live, Alicia. I'll have to go try to find it when I get the chance. I've been pretty crazy busy. I just happened to catch the end of one of your premieres. That was the one I saw.
I still don't. That doesn't make sense to me. But I'm not into trapping, so
does that make more sense, Earl?
No different than using a drag setup. No, I'm talking to stake my he said 330s.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like I said, I'm not into trapping.
Probably putting. I'm guessing he's putting the sacks beside the trap and then wrapping the wire around the sacks on the springs to hold it in.
Here we go. He's gonna explain
Yeah,
it.
he's gonna explain it. There you go.
All right, you got me.
Gotcha.
You take your 50-pound feed sack, okay,
Yep.
like a burlap sack.
Yep.
You put in bigger size rocks.
Yep.
You wire that bag shut, and you'll run about a 4-foot wire lead to one side of your coil on your 330.
Okay.
It's the same setup as running a drag for a coyote. If you can't get stakes in the ground.
Yeah.
The only difference is it can't drag that bag of rocks, especially with the 330. It's basically an instant kill.
No, I got a cable on my 330 that's staked in otherwise. But what I'm saying is I can't get my, say, an H stand. I cannot get that in the ground.
That's easy fix also. When you fold your arms up on your 330,
Yeah.
you can do your stakes down through into the dam where you busted out in the spot.
No, that's what I'm saying. The rocks were underneath the trap. I could not get anything to go down in there.
Oh, damn.
Nowhere. But now I will be able to because I dug all them rocks out.
I got you now.
That's what I was saying. No, I ain't. I got my trap staked off up in the dirt. But down in the dam, I couldn't get the thing staked in.
I got you.
Once I get my video out, you'll see what I'm saying if you watch.
So I trapped a ton of beaver, and I was like, you know what? I have to wonder if he has tried that if he couldn't get stakes in.
I've never trapped beaver before, and I've been, yeah, these things are, I need foot traps is what I need, but
Yeah, me and
foot
Jack
traps
are just
drowning
sitting here.
rods, but
MB 750s work great for a dam setup.
but I got spots for 330s for where they're going up to chew trees and stuff.
Yep.
There's a perfect run up to that, but I'm trying to get the water down where I can wade in there. It's when I first got there, I thought I was going to be able to wade across, and I did get across, but I didn't. When I started walking to where the den was, I was already maxed out on my waders pretty much, and I took a step. It must have been their feed bed, just a bunch of weeds and stuff, weeds and mud in the bottom. And I started sinking a lot more, and I said, "Nah."
What's the matter, Earl? You don't want to go swimming?
I'm a duck hunter, so that don't bother me.
No, but I was going to go in over my waders.
You are using hip wader or chest waders?
Chest waders. And I was
Jesus.
yeah, it was deep. It was deep. So I backed out and I went and did the dam breaks. I said I'll do that for a while until I get rid of some water. But I got it knocked down. By tonight it was down 2 feet. But then I just broke it down probably another foot on the dam. I'm sure they'll dam it up this weekend. I'm leaving in the morning, so I took my traps out for this weekend. But anyway, yeah.
You could have come back and they would be full, maybe.
Of nutria. Make me mad when I'm not trying to catch them. I caught 5 more in this week.
I've never caught a nutria rat. We don't have those. I got muskrats.
Yeah. Did you see that nutria in that 330?
Yeah, that was a big nutria rat.
Big nutria, man. That other one that I said was a big one before that was in a 280, and that's an average size one. But
That nutria was the size of basically a beaver pup.
yeah, pretty much.
So I got a quick question because I know I've asked this before, but I never get it right and I don't understand. What is the difference between a nutria and a muskrat? To me, they're exactly the same.
They look almost the same. A nutria is going to have orange teeth and long whiskers and a round tail, and they get bigger. They get about 3 times bigger than the muskrat. Probably. Well, that one that I caught was 18 pounds. A normal one, I'm going to say, is 15.
Your normal muskrat's going to be 3 to 4.
Right.
Okay.
So they're a lot bigger
So-
and they reproduce a lot faster, I think.
I don't
They're
think
more
we have
like-
nutria over here in Tennessee. I could be wrong. I think we just have muskrats over here.
So nutria are also not indigenous to the states.
Yeah,
They're invasive. No matter what state they're in, they are absolutely invasive, and they destroyed the habitats of other indigenous animals such as muskrats and beavers and stuff.
Gotcha.
so the just a little insight on how thick these nutria are. I trapped a ditch, 0.6 miles of a ditch, and caught 36 of them in 8 days.
Wow.
This seems like a lot.
Yeah. And that wasn't all of them, but it was, I never went there I had 24 traps and I never went there and had empty traps all the way through.
Kara soon, hopefully. Very soon.
Yeah, right.
Well,
yeah,
how do
cabin
I
fever,
see
man.
the chat as I'm in here talking?
If you go to
You
the
on your
bottom,
phone?
if you're on the phone, if you go to the bottom, where you
I can't,
see,
so I can't see chat and everything at the same time. The other
No.
right,
way.
right. Not
if you
you're
pull
on
up chat, it's on top of the cameras.
I gotcha.
Yeah, Kara, I've been fishing
I'll
once.
pin messages as they come in. That way you could see them.
I've been fishing once in the last 2 months. I'm getting absolute cabin fever.
I went on charter last weekend.
I'm waiting
Yeah,
for this.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear it all.
Waiting for this gentleman right here below me to send me a Barbie pole that he said he was going to send me.
Yes, I'm going to send you a Barbie pole because you were doing a video with it.
I
It
know
fits
my-
you perfect, man. Size and
little-
everything.
Yeah, no kidding.
My little brother, he wants to do a Walmart challenge, and he's like, "Oh, let's do it with one of these kiddie rods." I'm like, "Oh, I don't care. You pick." And he's like, "You want to do Barbie?" I'm like, "You act like I'm gonna be scared."
Right?
What's up, Lynn?
Catfish
You know,
fever and outdoors.
I'm more into the canine trapping myself. I like fox and coyote.
Yeah.
So I don't do trapping, not because I guess I've never really had an interest in it, but also just the time thing, because I usually have time to do one thing or the other, right? Like I haven't even been hunting in 10 years, which feels wrong to say. And I apologize for all my friends out there that are hunting enthusiasts, but fishing is definitely the priority for me. And yeah, the one time I did go hunting for coyotes, I saw a fox, and I was like, dude, that is the prettiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I want it on a wall. So
Yeah.
I saw it jump up. It was a rabbit first, right? And I saw it pounce over the log at the rabbit. And I was like, okay, cool. Put my gun over there and I waited. I swear to you, I stared at that log for 30 minutes. I never saw that fox again. I don't know where he went. I don't know how something that bright red can get away. But
Sly
yes,
like a fox, man.
yeah, exactly, dude. It was insane. And I never did see another one, but not that bright red. I've seen a couple of gray foxes since then. Like there's one that actually lives down the road from my house. Eats out of the neighbor's trash can. But
Yeah, I don't see many foxes here. We do have a lot of coyote. Every once in a while, I promise it's a single nutria that I see. It is way too big to be a muskrat.
we have a lot more woodchucks here than muskrats, even for that matter. Actually, I take it back. We have a lot more beavers than muskrats. Right there, I'm 10 minutes from Chickamauga Dam, and just right there at the lock, I kid you not, there's at least 4.
Yeah.
We have a lot of beaver here. I've just never seen them. I see their dams all the time. Just
I bet
these
you
giant
Nutria
piles
is-
of.
I bet you think that beaver is a nutria, the one that you say is a single nutria.
It's not a beaver. I promise.
I've got a buddy that lives right there in Chickamauga.
Which buddy?
Yeah.
His name's Chris Gilreath.
I do not know him off the top of my head. Doesn't mean I've never seen him before though. I've been living in Chattanooga now for 8 years. How long have we been married? Yeah, 8 years. So
He lives like 15 minutes from the dam.
yeah, I'm sure I've passed him at some point, even fished with him for that matter.
I was like, do you ever get any like vacation time you could take, Yak?
I don't have any left this year, at least not in my current job. I did get laid off. December 1st is my last day, and I start my new job on December 4th. So I don't lose any time. but I don't know if I will get any prorated vacation time for the month of December or not.
Gotcha. The reason I was asking because if you get a little kids pole or Barbie pole or whatever, if you decided you wanted to come over here to Virginia because it's just one state away, we could do some saltwater fishing with a little Barbie
With
pole.
Barbie pole. Yeah, man, I'm definitely down if I can make that happen. I do know that starting in January I'll get 3 weeks of vacation, but I know that my wife, we have 2 trips planned already. I don't know how many days it's going to take for those 2 trips, but
Like I said, I don't really do the cold very well, so
but you're not available
a
till
warmer
May,
month
right?
would be better, anyways.
At least May. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Speaking of tall fish stories of crazy animals, all right? So there's a lady I work with, love her to death. Her name's Erica, a good friend of mine and my wife, and she has this. It's like an inflatable raft that they put a little trolling motor in the back of for her and her daughter, and they were fishing above the dam up on Lake Chickamauga. And they swear to me that there's a little baby Loch Ness monster there. That this thing that was green and scaly and had snake eyes ate the chicken liver and dragged their boat around for 20 minutes.
It was just a really big eel.
Dude, I'm like, the only thing I can think of was a bowfin. Like, because they're here too, right?
That's
or a big gar or something that, they're scaly and they can be green, but like they were, and that was, at one point I was like, she was telling the story what it looked like. I'm like, you sure it wasn't an otter? I know you said it was green, but are you sure it wasn't an otter?
actually y'all might have snakehead.
Well, so actually, I don't know for sure if we do or not. Supposedly they're not here yet, but supposedly Asian carp aren't here yet either.
We've apparently got them all over the place here. I've never seen one. But I actually have a friend that hunts them. He doesn't fish for them. He hunts them, and I don't know how he does it.
I have a friend.
both
I
fish
have a
for
friend up
both
in Pennsylvania, and he catches snakeheads occasionally up there, and I know that's not too far from me either. Bowfin are fun, man. I've only ever caught one. I would happily catch another one. They fight so stinking hard.
Now, Kara's message she has put up there just now, I'll give you a little bit of a story on this.
Oh, all right.
Well, she hooked into her first really nice catfish.
Uh-huh.
It was 20 plus pound.
Cindy.
And she fought that fish, and not thinking that she wasn't experienced in fishing yet. We were on the dock right there by her place.
Mm-hmm.
The catfish went under the dock and cut her line. If I had told her to put her rod under to get the rod tip down below, it would never cut off on her. But yeah, that's the experience she had on her first big catfish.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good catfish too.
So let me think. Actually, so I've only ever caught one bowfin, but the biggest one I ever saw, after catching that one, I think it was like 8 pounds. The one that my dad hooked into once, we were catfishing off of a public pier, and he saw something move under the pier. He didn't think nothing about it. He just saw something move, so he dropped his bait right down. It was a night crawler on night crawler on a hook with a bobber and everything. No big deal, catching bluegill and stuff too. But he dropped it down, and this fish, as soon as that bobber hit the water, came flying. This thing had to have been at least a 15-pound bowfin. I have never seen one that big ever in pictures or anything. Had to have been, I mean, it was at least 2 feet long, maybe even closer to 2.5 feet long. But there was no arguing as bowfin. This is up in Michigan. They don't have gar that grow that big on a regular. No doubt in my mind that it was a bowfin. And of course, it instantly snapped his line because we're only using like 8 or 10 pound line, right? But man, ever since then, I'm like, I want to catch one. I want to catch one. I want to catch one. So 2 years ago, I took my kayak from Tennessee all the way back up to Michigan, fishing some of those little lakes I used to fish as a kid. And I had been recording this bass trip for the day. And literally, I say the outro, hey guys, it's getting too dark to record. I'm going to shut this camera off. Take it easy. Have a good day. Yada, yada, yada. I shut that camera off. Very next cast, I hook this bowfin and catch it. But I didn't have fish grips. I didn't have a net. All I had was a pair of pliers to try to land this bowfin with. And I was using 6-pound line. And I was fishing a Ned rig. I hooked this bowfin at the very front tip of his lip. And then the very next day, I caught a pike the same way. Like, there's no way I should have landed either one of those fish on the 6-pound line.
Right.
But because I was in a kayak, so you get a little extra play because of the kayak, right? Then I was using lighter line. I had a lighter setup drag. So, I mean, he was dragging me around, all that good stuff. but literally because I just got lucky with where the hook was is the only reason I caught those 2 fish.
Yeah.
But both
We
of them
shoot-
beat the crap out of me while I
The
was in the
coolest-
kayak.
The coolest freshwater fish I've ever caught, other than decent sized catfish, was a gar, right? Just a regular long nosed gar, but it was only about that big.
Nothing wrong with that.
It was
I've
so
got-
tiny. Like I felt it hit,
Mhm.
and as I was reeling in, like it was given the typical like gar head shakes.
Yeah.
But it wasn't pulling, so I was just like, What is this? Am I stuck
Right.
on a stick that's like bouncing off the bottom? And then I bring it in. I can hold it with 2 fingers. I'm like, okay.
It's funny. Got a little pencil.
We shoot a ton of gar and a ton of bowfin on when we go bow fishing on the High River and Muskingum River.
Mhm.
And it's not uncommon to shoot a 15 to 16 pound bowfin.
Otter cat, I believe it.
It's a blast going down on the river bow fishing.
Bow fishing is something I want to try someday. Like I've never been opposed to bow fishing, right? Ever. But the only thing problem I have with it is those guys that go out and they shoot, 300 plus fish and then just dump them at the boat launch. That drives me nuts. At the very least, if you're going to do it, throw it back in the water for the turtles to eat or something,
Well, we're not allowed to do that here. If you do, they bust you. It's a $100 fine per fish.
for dumping them back in the lake.
Yeah, or
So-
even on land. It's not
Right.
allowed.
But I here there's I forgot what it's called, waste not, want not, or something law. That one's
Yeah.
supposed to be you get fined if you dump them at the boat launch. Doesn't say
Yeah,
anything about putting them back in the water. But
We actually have farmers around here that'll take all you can give them for their fields.
let's see that. I'm okay with that. 100% fine with that.
Sorry, Kara.
But what drives me nuts, in especially in the Chattanooga area, there's like, I'm exaggerating. I'm gonna say there's 8-10 spots that you could fish from the bank, right? But half of them are boat launches, and half of them are gonna have a whole entire bucket, 55-gallon bucket worth of, or 55-gallon drum rather, pile of fish,
Yeah.
rotting that you get the smell all day, and it
That's
drives me nuts.
not right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that myself, and somebody better hope I not find them doing it.
The other thing that drives me nuts, you see people all the time that they're, oh, I accidentally shot a beaver, or oh, I accidentally shot a this. I'm like,
You know what? That's a
you
bunch of bull.
you didn't even pause to see what you were shooting first.
Right,
You know?
right.
Like
Either that or they're just saying they accidentally shot it and knew exactly what they were shooting.
either way, but it's just like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I watched a guy accidentally shoot a big muskie one night in a weed bed. Just seeing his tail had the same tail like a grass carp, and he stuck it right. He hit it dead too. I mean, it stoned it.
Yeah.
And brought it up, 47-inch muskie, and we're not allowed to shoot them.
Right.
It's against regulations. He actually called the game warden and said, "Hey, here's what happened." He said, I was in the wrong. He said, "I'm actually going to turn myself in for this." He said, "Because I feel horrible." And that game warden said, "As long as you take it home and eat it," he said, "I'm not going to write you a ticket." He said, "I appreciate you calling and letting us know." He said, "And being honest about it."
And see, that was he did the right thing, and the officer did him a favor. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? So like, yeah,
You're shooting fish in weed beds. It's hard to see sometimes, and I mean, it can
Oh, yeah.
happen.
for sure.
and
Well, I mean,
And he knew it was an honest mistake.
well, even let's just be honest here. I mean, I'm sure it happens if you're fishing an area that's got, especially if it's got Asian carp or something like that, where it's they're really thick. If there
Yep.
was another fish of an oddball species there, and you spooked the one and hit the other one, I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's perfect. It's like shooting. If you're shooting into a herd of deer, and you could hit two, you could kill two at once. You can only have a tag for
Yep.
one, but you could theoretically kill two at once. And obviously, if you're not doing it intentionally, then I have no problem with it. But if it's a totally different story if you're doing it intentionally.
I got a story on that on
No,
deer. my cousin shot a deer one day and looked up and the thing's still standing there, so he shot it. Walked up there and there's 2 of them laying there.
Otter cat.
There was even more. There was even more than one deer there.
It might be, but he's an honest guy, and he couldn't not do it. He said, "I'll take the fine." He said, "Because I'm in the wrong."
we I had a similar. It wasn't due to limits. It was due to just having a license. But I I had purchased a license, and in Tennessee, they have the app on your phone.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, you have to update the app in order for it to show that you bought the license.
yeah.
And I was in a spot where I didn't have good cell phone service. So he checks me. He's like, "Hey, you realize your license is from last year, right?" And I'm like, "What? I just bought it last week, I swear." And he told me to sit still. He walked and this is a long walk from where he was parked, a long walk, walked all the way back to his car, looked at my social security number, and came back. So, okay, you're good. Like, that could have very easily went both ways. He could have been like, you know what, I'm writing the fine anyway. You can take it to court and prove it, yada, yada, yada. But, he took the time to walk to the car and back, and I appreciate that. But
Game wardens can be tough.
for sure. But
But
I would argue that they're probably the same as any other kind of law enforcement officer. The way you start the conversation definitely can change the outcome in a hurry.
100%.
If you're yelling at them mad, can't believe they stopped you, why they picked me, yada yada yada. Well, they're gonna look for something at that point. Why are you so upset about it? You know what I mean? They're doing their job. Whereas if you treat them like a normal human being, 9 times out of 10, it's never been an issue. I've only ever had it. I'm a big dude. I'm 6'1", almost 400 pounds. I've been in those situations where I've actually had an officer draw on me, right? I was in the wrong. I wasn't mad or anything. I just moved my hands too fast, made him uncomfortable, and that's fine, whatever, right? But other than that situation, every single time, it's just, "Hey, officer, how you doing?" Treat him like a human. And I've to this day, knock on wood, I've had one ticket, out of all the times I've been pulled over and whatnot, and probably should have had more tickets.
Scared of you, that's why.
We ain't fucking with that giant.
Exactly.
But, it is what it is.
Language.
Oh.
You're good, man. Just for YouTube, I'd
Yeah.
try and keep it clean.
What I miss?
That's hard for me, okay?
Oh.
I understand. I understand.
I
Surprised
catch
I haven't been banned on TikTok.
that live, so
Do what, Earl?
I said I catch that every time, but it's not my live, so I didn't say anything.
But no, it comes to your bowfin story. My buddy caught one for the very first time. He didn't know what it was. And he was like showing everybody this cool fish he caught. And they started laughing because they're trash fish.
Yeah.
And he was like so proud of that fish, so he was going to get it mounted. And he came and showed me. He said, "Look at this cool fish, guys. I'm going to take it to taxidermist." I was like, "Dude, that's a bowfin." I said, "You don't want to mount that fish."
I'd have mounted it.
I think they're cool.
I do think they're cool. I would catch them again in a heartbeat on purpose. I do not know where I can find any on the regular here in Tennessee, unfortunately. I know they're here, but I can only think of maybe 2 spots where possibly they're at, and they're a long ways away drive-wise for me. So,
Any of you ever eat those?
I heard they're great.
No.
They're supposed to be really, really good fish. As far as good to eat.
I've heard them and snakeheads both are really good.
Yeah.
Snakehead, that's why I want to really go after snakehead. Not only because they're super invasive in the US, but they're supposed to be really good to eat. Like, they're actually a delicacy in Asia.
Kara said she'd be proud too. But
yeah, bowfin are cool looking fish, man. And
well, a lot of those old ancient fish are, right? Like I've only ever caught a sturgeon in a cast net. I've never caught one on the rod and reel. I want to.
I would love to catch a sturgeon. We have Atlantic sturgeon here though, so they're like gigantic, right?
Yeah.
They come up in the Chesapeake Bay, and people catch them all the time. I just don't know how. Like, I've never been able to.
Supposedly, you can catch them the same way as catching with catfish.
Tell me, Kara had your baby pictures on YouTube?
Uh-oh.
What? Now I'm curious.
But supposedly you can catch them the same way as catfish. Most people here in Tennessee that catch them do catch them and catch them off catfish gear.
11 years ago.
All right, y'all, I'm going to drop back down the chat, but I want to come in because of the trapping. I was like, I'd have to explain myself. Make more sense.
Well, thanks for popping up, man.
That's why it didn't make sense to me. I get the drag concept. But pinning my traps down, that didn't make any sense.
There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, my aquarium, I used to have some exotic fish, Kid came along, no longer had time to really take care of the exotic fish. Waited for them all to die off. I am actually in the process of turning it into a bait tank. So that's
Kara
current
is
plan.
my bait catcher. She loves catching the bluegills and everything. So
Yeah,
it works
my
out really
wife's the
nice.
same way. Yeah. Although also my wife's got me beat on one species. I've never caught a warmouth before, and she caught one
Oh, we have a bunch of
this
those.
summer.
I've
Well,
never
they're
caught one
so
of
cool
those
looking.
either.
So I finally It took me years to figure out how to actually identify them, and then when I finally saw them, like that makes sense. I get it. Because it's probably like the most highly debated topic on the internet. I feel like if you're like, oh hey, look, I caught a warmouth, and everybody's like, no, it's not a warmouth, or hey, what species is this? And everybody's like, it's a warmouth. And if you look at the comment section, it's just completely riddled with yes or no on this. But when you actually see one in person, there is no mistaking it.
I like
crazy.
seeing those posts, but at the same time, they are a bit excessive.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen, like, people ask like, what type of catfish is this? Because it looks kind of like a blue, but it's got a rounded anal fin.
Mhm.
Or what type of catfish is this? And it's just 1,000 comments. Warmouth, warmouth, warmouth.
Yeah.
Like, dude, can't y'all just be
You can't use it for
courteous
everything.
once?
Exactly.
Like, just let them know what they got.
Yeah. Well, in the easiest way. So even with the warmouth or the blue and channel cat thing, the easiest way to count is actually the spines.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember. I always get it backwards. One of them has to have more than 22, I think. Whichever one it
Blue
is.
have more. Blue have more.
Yeah.
But they also have a straight anal fin.
Typically,
instead of
right?
round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the reason that ends up being a problem for people to identify that if they don't know the spine thing is usually because, especially in colder water or dirtier water, those blues come out so pale.
Yeah.
And they really look like a channel cat at that point. With the exception of channel cats usually have yellow on them of some sort. Seems like. But yeah, I completely can understand why it's confusing. And then, but like with a warmouth versus bluegill, if you go by the spines on the back, on the top fin, the dorsal fin, I can't remember the number. I looked it up a while back, but the warmouth have a significantly higher spine count on the dorsal fin, and they have the white tips on the bottom fins like a walleye.
Yeah.
So
My favorite fish to catch walleye.
Man,
I've never caught one of those either. Or sauger.
I say I've the very
Saw
first
guy, walleye, and saugers.
Yep. I've caught one saw guy. I've caught a couple sauger, and at this point, I guess I've caught 5 walleye. And I caught a sauger. No, sorry, the saw guy. I caught the saw guy while I was bass fishing one morning, fishing little jerkbait. But
You're doing better than me. I don't catch anything when I go bass fishing.
A hard time.
You'll never go bass fishing. That's why.
Yeah, I do. I just never catch anything. So what I do instead is I get me one of them little teeny tiny like trout spinners. And
Yeah.
I go to a small lake and then I catch bass all the time.
right. Well, when I specifically go bass fishing, I either do well or I catch nothing. There is no in between. You know what I mean? And it's funny because I go catfishing and it's almost always it's always just a couple of fish. I never really have a huge awesome day. I never really have a terrible day. I always manage one
Fish with an attitude.
But carp and bass both. If I go fishing for one of those ones specifically, or trout actually, for all 3 of those, it's either I catch a ton or I catch none.
I've never caught a carp ever.
Bobby, I gotta take you fishing, man. You're deprived.
Yeah, please help that guy.
I agree.
So carp they're a trash fish too, right? According to everybody, but pound for pound, they're easily one of the hardest fighting freshwater
Oh,
fish.
no kidding.
100%.
I would put them up there. Like if you had to rank, if I did to pick top 3 of species I've caught for hardest fighting fish, is going to be carp, bluegill, and catfish. Not catfish. Smallmouth bass.
Smallmouth are my favorite down in the New River.
What about the bowfin?
I'm sorry, you're right. Bowfin too. Sorry, I've only ever caught one. I don't really have
those, but people say they fight like crazy, and I can see that because it's all tail.
It is all tail.
This is why I'll stick to my saltwater fishing. Everything there fights.
Yeah.
Everything.
Exactly.
I've only been saltwater fishing twice. I went on a vacation to Florida a couple years ago in January. We rented a Verbo on the beach. So after I put my kid to bed, I went night fishing. Didn't catch squat. I went immediately the next morning. I caught a pompano.
You
And
didn't
I
catch
went-
anything night fishing?
I was only out there for like half an hour.
What were you using as bait? And where were you? Like, was it
Saint-
Oceanside or Gulfside?
St. Augustine Beach, Oceanside, using
Okay.
shrimp.
Okay, yeah. See, if you would have like went and got like a piece of fish, you definitely would have caught like a what are they called? A bonnet head for sure.
Little bonnet
Maybe.
shark.
I would have been okay with that, but either way,
They're fun to catch. They
I
fight.
borrowed the gear and the shrimp was given to me. Actually, I think I had some squid too. I think I had some squid and some shrimp out. But either way,
Yeah,
like I said, I went
bonnet
out
heads.
the next morning and I caught a pompano, which was about the size of my hand, so it wasn't huge, but it wasn't tiny, I guess. And then that evening, I went out inlet side on the river where it's, I guess, brackish water, and caught a black sea bass.
Love shark fishing.
But
Cindy,
both
did
of
you
those
have anything tonight?
Both of those fish, though, I didn't know were on the line. I reeled in to check the bait, and they were there. I was like, "Oh, cool," because
What'd you
like
say, Earl?
the black sea bass was like that big.
I'm gonna take
Great
Kara
thing.
after big tigers and bulls.
Go for it. I promise you, they fight harder than those. Probably fight harder than the bluegill she's catching.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Come out here to Oregon. I'll take you fishing and crabbing.
I love my shark fishing.
Man, I love
Me
crab.
too.
I could use some crab right now. I'm
Unfortunately,
talking about the food, just so we're aware.
I was wondering.
kind of figured.
I say, all you do is go down to truck stop, man.
Oh,
No, I'm gonna take Kara shark fishing. I got a bunch of buddies down in Florida, and they fish regularly, like every weekend. But I've got all the equipment. I've got 3 AVET 80s all rigged up, but
nice.
they're fun to catch.
They are.
Ottercat, you say you caught 108 sauger in one trip? That is insane.
Come on, Kara. I've caught more than this, but I'm sitting right now at 629 keeper Dungeness crabs that we kept, and we caught more than that, but had to throw them back because we were limited out and stuff. But oh, Bobby, you weren't in my live Monday, were you?
No.
So Monday, I went.
All right, I'm stepping down, y'all. Later. Thanks for having
All
me.
right,
man.
happy.
Monday, I went to the coast to do a job, and I called Brad because I was going to drop a hat off for him. Brad, that owns the Umatilla 2,
Right.
that I call on all the time. And so we're talking, and he goes, "Hey," he said, "You want to go? You should go out on a day trip on my commercial boat, on my commercial crabbing boat, and video him dropping pots one day." He said, "You want to do that?" I said, "Absolutely, I'll do that." So that's to come yet. And then he's like, "Another thing I'd like to do is follow the commercial crabbing boat out with the Umatilla 2 and video them doing actual crabbing on the commercial boat." I said,
Right.
I'll do both of those trips, no problem. So that'll make for some great content.
Yeah, I gotta get back into it.
You and me both.
Well, so I'm starting the podcast back up here in a couple weeks. Now that I got another job, fishing wise, I got a boat to finish repairing, and I can take my wife out more. But most of my fishing is probably gonna be done until the waters just come back up in like February or March. Just because the water's so low now, I can either fish the riverside by myself
Right.
randomly on some random day off or some random couple hours my wife goes do something. But I can't take her and my kid down there on half those spots because all the rocks. So it really cuts down my trips. Plus, with it being the holiday season, just everybody wants to see the kid, which is fine. I don't mind being chopped liver, Swiss cheese, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, she's cute. I understand. So,
I am.
but she's 2.5 now. She's almost walking. Once she can walk, it'll be a little bit easier. Because I don't have to worry about her like falling over so much.
Yeah, see, walking's fine. It's when they start running.
This kid, I guarantee you, once he figures it out, it's going full spread. There's no stage. I guarantee it's going to happen.
Yeah, excuse me.
How dare you? It was too early for that.
It is
I'm messing with you.
it's almost 11 for me.
Yeah, I know. I should be in bed, but I was
What is
excited to talk about fishing.
what's your podcast?
So it was the Yakety Yak Fishing Podcast. I was doing it on Saturday mornings, but then I'm redoing it now. It's going to be I'm going to call it the Bait Tank. That aquarium I was talking about making a bait tank out of is going to be in the background. Kind of be the theme of it. And then my buddy Sam from up in Michigan and Zach from Catfish Viking are going to be my co-hosts. It's going to be every other weekend, Saturday night, 2 hours, 2 topics. That way there's enough there for people. Like, I can't do it every week because obviously having a family and everything. Plus my wife want to fish some and she'll want to go on Saturday nights.
Right.
So I can't take up every Saturday night doing a podcast. But
that's fair.
One of the things I found when I was doing the podcast before by myself is that I can talk all day, but I can very easily go down a rabbit hole, which is fine in some cases if you have some way to bring it back, but I couldn't bring it back myself. So the idea was hoping that with, Zach and Sam on there that I can keep it wrangled in a little better.
Makes sense. Yeah, I want to start doing a weekly live again. I was doing Thursday nights on here, and I just, like I said, I got real busy with helping someone else start a podcast, and I do like all the technical background stuff for them.
Yeah.
And I got like super busy with that, and then just, with the weather changing, I'd kind of get lethargic in the winter. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty lazy when it gets below 70 degrees. So yeah, I'm trying to start that back up. Hopefully, I don't know if
I'm gonna get anything done around here except for about 2 months out of the year.
Yeah, pretty much. I this is why I like the South. Like Virginia's okay for a good bit of the year, but if I was in Florida, I'd actually be able to like get content.
Florida's almost too hot for me. Like,
see, there's no such thing for me.
Yeah, well, there's a reason I fish at night in the summer. Ottercat is down to full.
I could fish all day long in the summer.
It's down to winter full.
If it gets above 80, it's too hot.
Nah.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Otter, it's all the way down for the winter. They got the lowest point already.
Bobby is a nutrient. I mean, maybe.
That could be.
I would like to move to Florida at some point.
Luke hit it on the head, man. It is definitely almost ice fishing season, and I miss ice fishing so much.
What?
Like, I fished. So I went with my dad as a kid, right? We weren't well off or anything. We couldn't afford the shanties. We had a 5-gallon bucket with a pillow on it, and you use a snowmobile. We walk out there with a sled with chains on our boots, and I miss that. The fish were always bigger. The fish always fought harder. I do not know. It makes no sense. You would think cold water means, it's a cold-blooded creature, right? It would be not fight at all, like lethargic. But no, I swear to you, they fight 10 times harder under the ice, and they are always fat. There is no in between.
That's because they got to keep moving and eating to survive through the winter.
Right. And that's another thing, too. Their schooling patterns are different. In the summer, you can they'll stay kind of in the same area. But literally, ice fishing, you can sit there, you can be on them for 30 minutes and never see them again the whole rest of the day because they literally go, like you say, go around the whole entire lake.
That's crazy. See, I can't do ice fishing. Like, I've thought about it, and I know, like, people do, like, the really bougie ice fishing where they get a tent and a heater and all that.
And they're wearing shorts inside of it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could almost see myself doing that, but it's walking out there to set up the tent in freezing cold weather that I just couldn't do.
The crazy thing is,
I have to be out there, and someone's literally gonna have to carry me to it.
So it varies from state to state. I can't remember exactly what the money amount was in Michigan, But the fine, like, so they charge you you have to get a permit to be able to put a shanty out there, right? You also have to have it labeled with your name, your phone number, your address, all that good stuff. If it falls in, it was like a $10,000 fine just for it falling in. You have to, by law, get it yanked out, or it's $100,000 fine, or something like that, and so many years of prison. To me, it's not. No, there's no way. Like, okay, I'm gonna put it out in January. It's gonna be gone in February. You know what I mean? Like, if it remotely starts warming up, I'm taking it off. But they, and like I said, it varies from state to state. I think I've been told that some states are worse than others. But it makes sense. I mean, you're putting this thing that's definitely not supposed to be in the lake out there where it could very easily contaminate the lake. Yeah, and then another thing, one of the craziest things about Michigan, though, they have a sturgeon spear fishing season.
That is a little weird.
Well, it's a lot of it's Native American families been doing it for generations, forever, right? But you can only harvest, I think the limit's 3 a year total for the whole state. It's not per person. 3
really?
period. Yes. And they do this giant
gross is low.
And it's only on a certain lake, if I remember correctly, but they do this like giant festival for like a week about it. And they have the shanties, and they have like a 4 or 6 foot hole cut out. So they sit there with these spears and stab the sturgeon through the ice, right? But like every single game warden for the state of Tennessee or Michigan is there. And as soon as one gets stabbed, you have to flag them down so they can count it. And actually last year, it's either 2 or 3, but last year they actually harvested 1 extra because 2 guys stabbed one at the same time, and it happened to be the last fish.
Ah, gotcha.
But yeah, but last year, I think it stayed, the season was over for a grand total of 17 minutes or something like that. Because once those 3 are done, nothing.
Right.
Yeah. That's kind of like the, what do they call them? Smelt run up in Washington. They opened that for, I think, 3 hours.
Yeah.
One day. And it was...
Every creek's got a bunch of people with nets.
Yeah, but well, no, it's just the one river.
Oh, okay.
But gotcha. It takes. I mean, the one guy that went, the first dip, he was done.
Yeah.
First dip, he had you're allowed 10 pounds per person, and he had more than enough in one net. and to make the video, I mean, he was sitting there waiting until it opened. It was 10 minutes before he had to be at work. He goes down there, dips the net one time, and to make the video a little longer, he just dipped again a little longer to see what he could get and dumped them back in. But he had more. I think the first dip he got 17 pounds, so almost doubled his limit. Had to put the rest back, but
right.
Actually, had a friend with him. That's what it was. Had a friend.
I got you.
So they got 17 pounds on the first dip, and they finished out on the second dip and released the rest.
Ottercat, if you find your way over here to Virginia, and we find us a boat, we could go flounder gigging.
Paddle fishing is the craziest thing I've ever seen here. What is paddle fishing?
So paddlefish is some people call it a shelf-bill catfish, but it's a plankton eating fish. It's body composition is actually more like a shark.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
I mean,
but the only way to catch them is through snagging
outdoors in Maryland,
or by accidentally hooking them, like if they inhale your bait while it's going by, kind of thing. So the season here in Tennessee is a month and a half. I'm gonna get this wrong. It's either March 1st through April 15th, or it's April 1st through May 15th. So it's a month and a half long.
Spoonbill. Yeah.
And like I said, it's a snagging season. You have this treble hook that's like I don't know what you want to call it, a size 8/0 treble hook with a sinker attached to it.
Yeah.
And you're slinging it out, and you literally have the biggest rod you can possibly hold, and it's super stiff, and you literally cast out those things at the bottom, and you're just dragging this hook across the bottom. And the guys that do it during that season, they could compete for Mr. Olympia. I swear to you. They're these huge, muscular dudes, and they have to be. I mean, you're taking a rod that weighs 50 pounds by itself and yanking it back and forth for hours on end, But the payoff can be good. Those guys catch fish that are, upwards of 100 pounds sometimes.
Have you ever watched Swamp? What is it? Swamp People?
Yes.
Where they snag gators.
Yeah, same concept.
Throw a giant hook out and just slowly drag it across the bottom by hand.
Yeah.
And then hook a gator and hold on to a rope that's like that thin.
Yeah, that would hurt my hands.
I'm like, how? How do you do that? I would let go. Like it would be my first instinct is to just go.
Cindy, those guys are the one you need. I call it the triple razor 6000, but it's a 3-pronged razor blade lure with treble hooks and a little bit of feathers on the back. And that's what you use to get rid of those rude people. You cut their line and they have to leave. All right. They cast over you, you cast over them. They don't get their stuff back. You keep fishing. Simple as that.
Yeah, you need to come do that here on the piers. Oh man, it's bad. Like peak season, if you're trying to pier fish, you're shoulder to shoulder.
I
People don't
appreciate
care
that
where they cast.
Yeah, it's part of it. I mean, etiquette's the thing that you're either shown or you figure it out, or you just don't care. It's one of those 3 options. Either you don't care and everybody's gonna hate you. You figure it out and you'll get better about it and people like you eventually, or you were taught from the get-go and you just get annoyed at everybody else, I guess.
Well, so when I start getting people crossing me every time they cast, what I do is I'll reel in and I'll set up one of my smaller rods and I'll use a little teeny tiny like a 3/8 ounce jig, and I'll cast it underneath all of them and just slowly drag it back in so they can't reel in till I'm done.
If it works, it works.
And then they stop crossing me. I'm like, all right, cool, we're good then.
Travis needs to be careful, Cindy. He's not exactly a big dude.
Ottercat says he invites him to the bank. I bet he does.
That's another thing. We don't get a lot of surfing here in the bay, but there is some surfers out in the ocean. And there are signs everywhere. Do not surf within X amount of feet of fishing pier.
They do it anyway.
They don't follow it. So if you get a hook in your hand,
it's on you.
Yeah, you got to deal with it.
Man, I saw a video the other day. I still don't understand how it happened. Guy was fishing his giant crankbait. I don't know if he was the one actually fishing the crankbait or if his buddy was the one fishing the crankbait, but he ended up with a giant treble hook through right here.
Oh, talk about an eyebrow piercing.
Oh, man.
I saw a guy out at the dock one day, out at the fish fillet table. He came in early because he got a hook through his finger right here. It was poked in past the barb, almost out. I said, well, I can fix that for you. Oh, no, I'm going to the ER. I'm like, dude, what? He said, I'm going to the ER. I said, man, I could have that out in 5 minutes or less.
What's your technique? I know there's 3 or 4 different ones out there.
Pop that sucker through and cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the easiest one.
It's already as painful as it's going to get.
Right.
Other than coming through the other side of the skin, you'll have to pop that through.
Well, honestly, I would think depending on the size of the hook, it'd be more relieving if you got it to pop through.
Yeah, maybe.
I could be wrong, obviously.
Anyway,
I've been fortunate to never have anything other than a single hook through my hand or my arm. But
he went to the ER. I was
So-
like, whatever.
I don't blame him. I don't know his specific situation, but I too would have gone to the ER. But I also take a blood thinner.
well, that's fair.
No, I don't think he had a problem like that. But the only advantage of going to the ER is there won't be infection then, or there'll be less
Likely
Like-
an infection.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
because they're going to clean it up. But I
And I
never worried about that stuff too much because
Well, honestly, if you get a hook
I just
in
don't.
your skin, and even if you don't like pop it there, if you do just pull it straight back out, just let it bleed for a minute or two,
Right,
maybe
right.
3. That's
But
gonna push everything back out.
Right.
that barb isn't going to let it come out, though. That's the thing.
Well,
if
and
you
that's
get
what I'm saying. There's
Yank
different
harder.
techniques,
You
right?
just
You
yank
can-
harder.
You can yank harder, right?
No, but that hurts.
But I saw one a while back. A guy took a piece of fishing line
yeah, I've
and-
seen that too.
and he went along with the hook to the barb,
Mhm.
and then he was pulling out while pulling the hook out and was able to get it without ripping more of a hole.
Right. I've
Um,
seen that too.
But you really have to have a third hand to make that one work, or at least a fishing buddy. Seems like, and it would depend where it's at too. If it's in your leg or something, sure. But if the hook's in your hand, I mean, you're not gonna have enough hands.
So somebody was fishing with Section 8 Outdoors. I think that's who it was. And got a hook in their hand and videoed him putting it all the way through. And you can hear that hook come through the second time.
Ow!
It's
That
he left it on just for he's like, if you don't want to watch this, go to here, whatever.
yeah.
When that thing came through, it was just like that.
That just sounds like it hurts.
And
Jeez.
it hurt up until that point. Like he
Sure,
could
yeah.
barely make himself get the thing through there. What you need to do is just jerk it. Just be done with it.
That's what I do whenever I get what's
Care-
on me. But
Kara's in the chat like, oh god, this is bad. This is bad. Stop it.
Anyway, once he got it through, he just clipped the back off, pulled it out, and it was fine. I mean, that part doesn't hurt. But
Yeah. See, so I
you
know
see AutoCast talking about
everyone-
right there. 60
pull
pound
the
braid.
eye
You double it
down
up.
really hard, 60-pound braid doubled up, and it's out.
I know everyone's seen it on my videos, like when the fish moves or something, and I jerk my hand back really fast. One, I had strokes when I was younger, so I can't really feel my right hand all that much. So if I do keep my hand there and something happens, I'm not gonna know it happened until I look at my hand. So I kind of like just get nervous from that. But
Yeah.
also I do take a blood thinner, so if I get a hook in me, it could be significantly worse than just a
Kara,
regular
at least you're
person.
certified.
I actually think I hear my kid crying, so I need to go. But I will catch you guys later.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Have
Thanks
a good
for
night.
coming
Thanks
up.
for having me.
Good
Yeah,
seeing
man.
you
Thanks for
again.
having me. Take it easy.
Yep.
And happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, you too.
Likewise, Happy Thanksgiving.
Mm. Oh,
Yeah. Cross my fingers, knock on wood. And in my 32 years so far, I've never had a hook go more than just like barely poking me. And I know most of y'all have probably seen my my old intro where the
yeah.
hook
Yeah.
that literally was just before the barb,
Yeah.
and I was able to just like pick it right out.
No, I've had them go in almost to the barb. I mean, like really, really close. But most of the time when I'm fishing, I don't have a lot of feeling in my hand anyway because it's cold water, it's cold weather most of the time, and it's
Yeah.
not a big deal. But
Yeah, I don't know. Eventually, I'm sure it's gonna happen. I'm gonna have a spinner come flying back out of a tree and stab into my head somewhere. Honestly, I don't think that would be too bad. Like I said, I would definitely go to the emergency room. One, I don't really trust anyone that I live with to pull a hook out of me. And two, I feel like pain medicine would probably help a little bit. Maybe even just a local anesthetic.
outdoors in Maryland, it's good. This year, it was good all year. The crabs themselves weren't so great as far as the hardness of the shell and everything, but right now they are really good in the bay. You
Like
can't.
one of Sarah's trips, she said they were out there for like 6 hours and
Yeah.
barely got any keepers.
Yeah. Well, that's because they don't know what they're doing. No, it's not. I don't know what it is. I honestly don't know why they can't catch them. But
I'm right there with you, Kara. I'm right there with you.
but 600. I mean, so you guys catch blue crabs back there in Maryland. We got the Dungeness crab. 623 Dungeness crab would feed pretty much 629 people. That's
I don't know about that. I
623.
don't know about that. I love my seafood.
Yeah.
I
No,
could
some people can eat 3 or 4 of these Dungeness crab, but
Yeah.
I know a person from Maryland that came out here had never eaten a Dungeness crab. We went out that day and caught. Well, she didn't go out. Her husband went out, and we caught 34 Dungeness crab, and went back, and we had. Let me think about this. We had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 or 14 upper teens and adults. And we ate about half of those crabs. And that woman never knew you could fill up on crabs until that. She had a pile of shells in front of her that were, I mean, it was a pile that big around. That wasn't all hers, but there was a lot of shells there. But
yeah, I think last time I bought Dungeness crab legs, we got 3 pounds. And I know just claws alone, I ate like 5. And then of course, the legs are a bit skinnier. You could eat about 20 of those each. So I mean, I could tear up some crab leg.
no, I eat a full. I can eat at one setting or whatever. I eat until I get tired of picking them, basically. But I'll eat 2, max probably 2, 2.5. I know some people eat 5, but that is a ton of meat. If you shell out 5 Dungeness crab and pile of meat there, it is an insane amount of meat. Those things have a lot of.
It's so good.
Oh, it is. It is. But
we well, being that this is a southern state, there's a lot of restaurants around here that do like the Cajun crab leg boil things.
Yeah.
And you get a bag of food. It's a literal bag with like one crab in it. It's both claws and all the legs. Either a 1/4 pound or a 1/2 pound of shrimp, 4 pieces of corn on the cob, and a bunch of like them little teeny tiny potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's expensive, but honestly, you could feed like 2 or 3 people out of it.
I'm going to be up to 6 million views on my channel by, for sure, 2 days.
I don't know what my views are at. I think I'm getting close to 80,000 actually.
Ken, the boring fisherman, moved from Oregon to North Carolina to the Outer Banks.
Later, Ottercat.
He wouldn't give you 2 cents for a blue crab. I don't even know if I've ever eaten a blue crab. I grew up in Virginia, and I don't think I've ever eaten.
I know I have. It's nothing that I really remember. So
tell my 3,000 relatives, hey, I don't have 3,000 in Washington, but yeah.
Outdoors in Maryland, how far are you from the Virginia line? Like, I'm assuming you're at least on the bay, so you're close to the Eastern Shore. of Virginia.
What I'd like to do is come back there and do a collab with some people on the East Coast. That'd be fun.
Yes.
I still have not decided what I'm doing for Christmas yet. He lives on the eastern shore of Maryland. What part of Maryland? I got a buddy that always goes out to, what is it, Ocean City?
I mean, Ocean City. There's
I think
Rehoboth Beach. There's a couple little areas up there. Actually, is Rehoboth in Maryland?
he lives in Salisbury, but I'm not sure. I think it's about an hour to Ocean City or something like that.
Ocean City. I don't remember exactly how far that is from me.
That'd be a long ways from you, unless you go across the water.
That's only 3 hours.
Oh yeah, you'd be right on 95, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Just pop up around, drop back down.
Well, honestly, what I would do is I'd go down through like Newport News, Hampton area, and then go across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge and just go straight up. What is
Yeah,
that?
he's a
13?
chicken farmer. He's a chicken farmer up there in Salisbury. Somewhere around that area, at least. I'm not sure exactly.
I don't know where Salisbury is.
What's up, boring?
What's up, Boren?
You might have seen him out there crabbing before. He goes crabbing quite a bit, and I think out of Ocean City, but I'm not sure. You bet, boring.
Yeah, Salisbury is about the same distance from me, about 3 hours.
Yeah.
It just depends if I'd head east after I get off of 13 or if I head west.
That blue crab trot line, that does look like a lot of fun though.
Hey, I'm at 303 subscribers. Thanks, y'all.
Mine says you're at 302.
I just looked. It's at 303. It also says I got 14 likes on this live.
I got 15. What's up with that?
All right. I mean, hey, I'll take it. Either way, I'm over 300.
Mine say you got 15. Well.
That sounds fun, boring. That was oxymoronic. 303.
Tied one while watching Matt's live. There you go.
I've thought about getting one of those just to test myself a little bit.
Troy ties his own jigs. Well, it's not really jigs, it's flies, I guess,
Right.
for bottom fishing.
I don't know. I've been making those. Well, actually, I haven't even premiered them on my channel yet. I've been making those soda can tab spinners.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah.
Oh, I talked to my brother about that Bang Bang, and he said it sounded like a pretty good deal, but he didn't have time to come get it or anything. So
Gotcha. I actually have a buddy that's looking at my other one, and he said not this pay period, but the next he might get it.
yeah,
Just, first come, first serve. Someone wants one of them.
I don't think he's even planning to get it at this point. So
Fair enough.
what's up, Jody?
What's up, JD? I had to remember how. Yeah, I've never done it. So it would just it would literally be pretty much an experiment for me and figure it out as I go.
I should try making a lure next summer and catching a bass on it. Wouldn't be hard to do that out in the ocean. Wouldn't be hard.
Honestly, it probably wouldn't be hard to do in one of those little creeks that you do the larger.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So everyone that's in here, what y'all got planned for tomorrow?
Driving
Driving.
for about 7 hours.
See, I should be home by myself all day. I'm just gonna clean the house. Salmon is still head jigs.
Are you taking Hester along?
Dinner
That's
with my
none of my
expert.
business.
Sounds real interesting there.
Outdoors in Maryland said he's coming up on panel.
All right. Yes, it is interesting. Or because of what Earl said. I don't know. I'm confused.
What?
Boring said yes, and I'm not sure if he said yes to you or me.
Yeah, he said yes to me. Oh, Next Gen Trappers, he smoked 1,000 coons. He's up almost 1,100.
That's pretty good.
He got 123
What's Iowa at?
today. He's only at, well, I don't know. He just posted a couple more videos. Iowa did. That's what reminded me of it. But he's, I want to say, in the 600 range, maybe 500 or 600.
Yes, I'm
He
taking
didn't-
my wife to my ex-wife's house. Fair enough.
He didn't get near as far as he wanted to just because of knee issues and family and weather, and it was a bunch of stuff. But
Right.
I only Black Friday fish, not shop. I don't do any Black Friday shopping either. That's a joke.
I am looking. Well, I was thinking about looking at GoPro's website for Black Friday.
Yeah. Website is one thing. Going to the store is another.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't do any of that in-store stuff. That is no fun. I'm that guy. If you take me to the store to do Black Friday shopping, I'm probably leaving in handcuffs. I don't I don't do people very well. Um so when you add extra people into that,
Ken said he has a 10 black he'll sell you.
you have my number, right?
Going to the flower.
Flower shop. Always did have those life. Interesting. Yeah, all right, message me then. I think we've talked about it before. I don't remember. What's going on?
What's up, gentlemen?
Howdy, howdy.
Same old.
Mr. Reef Robber. Man, I watch every morning. It's kind of what I listen to on my way into work is when you do your live streams. Here on the East Coast, I get up at 1:30 in the morning to work.
Yeah.
You know, so you guys are pretty much ending, but you know, it's cool listening to you guys when you go up.
So what you're saying is I should monetize that so you have to watch
Listen to ads.
yeah, listen to
No, I don't want to listen to that. No, it's okay because that's all right. I understand the ads. Yeah, go ahead, play whatever you want, buddy.
I don't monetize my lives anymore because I'm playing other people's videos, and if they have music in or anything, they do a copyright on me anyhow. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the copyright stuff is pretty crappy. It goes kind of stinks. I just got all this equipment. I'm getting ready to do some in-store tackle shop live streams. So I'm actually going to take all this equipment, and I'm just really trying to promote some of the local tackle shops in my area.
Yeah.
And bring on some cool guests. You know, like we do blue crabbing. I'm gonna bring on my captain. My captain Rachel, I go with. She's a commercial crabber out here.
Oh,
blue
okay.
Crabbing.
All right.
And I got another woman. She's a captain too, but she does the big boats. She's actually sailed. We have a ship here. It's an old time sailboat. I mean, like old time sailboat.
Yeah.
That she sailed from Baltimore to the Bahamas, stuff like that. Got her coming in. And I'm gonna try to do something a little different. But hey, man, doing a little bit more podcasting, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And I do want to try one of them Dungeness crabs.
You need to. You would throw blue crab away, I think. Dungeness are so much. Now, here again, I've never shelled one of the blue crab, but going by what people say, they are so hard to work for what you get out of them. Whereas a Dungeness, you can crack everything on a Dungeness with your bare hands.
Same with not here, not everything here, but
it's easier with the pinchers, but you can crack everything by hand.
Well, you know, I want to try. So here, what I've been trying to do is I just found out that we have what's called the Atlantic red crab.
Gotcha.
The Atlantic red crab here pretty much looks like a Dungeness crab, but it looks maroon. It's a maroon color.
Yeah.
And it's in like 1,800 feet of water over here.
Oh, okay.
So we had a company over here that was actually going out and getting them. And I wanted them so bad, but because it's in Ocean City, Maryland, off the Atlantic coast.
Yeah.
And when they come in, they have, I don't know how much they catch, but you almost got to be there the day of almost.
Right.
And with my work schedule and everything, I live about an hour and a half away from Ocean City. I just did my first headboat trip. I've never, ever been in the ocean.
Yeah.
This is my first trip. I've never been on the ocean fishing. So I just did some sea bass, and that was pretty delicious.
Yeah.
Sea bass out here, pretty delicious.
Did you know we have spider crabs here?
No,
Yeah, I caught one, and actually,
well, you're in Virginia though, right?
yeah. I'm just like the Bay Area is what I mean. I caught one. It was actually on the eastern shore at Kiko Peak. I can't pronounce it, but it's a little park there that you can go and fish. You gotta get a special pass to fish for the day or whatever. But yeah, I was really surprised. I caught a spider crab. I was like, I didn't think we had those here.
No, I never heard that. Now I was down for a guy that loves blue crabbing. I was in Virginia. Told me about 3 hours to get to my buddies down there, and he was taking me out. We did some red fishing. Yeah, I wanted one so bad. I want to try it. My friend, he lives in Mississippi. He's actually went and paid for some Dungeness crab. For me, I guess it's going to cost me to get one Dungeness crab about $50, at least $50 to get one sent to my house.
Crazy expensive getting them shipped. But
I don't know. It's one of them things. I took my wife, I guess about 15 years ago. I took her one time, and she's been just a cuckoo about crab. And so a lot of our videos on our YouTube channel is blue crab. And obviously, we have a lot of, crab recipes and stuff like that. That's what I mean. Last week when you did all your giveaways, I put in, because you showed the notification, I'll say, well, you know what? I'll go on and I'll put a message in there, and you said my name on there. So I put #video. I said, hey, man, play with one of my videos. And, but it was one of them giveaway things, because I can't watch the live. I can't watch the lives because I'm in bed.
I'll play one of your videos next Monday if I think about it.
If you can, it's all right. It's all right, man. It's cool.
No, I will if I think about it though. Because I usually don't run that late. So if I have time, I definitely will.
Well, you can show that. You can show maybe a little bit of the. I mean, I do have some commercial, the commercial side of it, and I do have, like, me and the wife always out there because we always have them 10 by 10 little traps.
Yeah,
we put about 30 of them out there, or we'll run a trout line out there.
Yeah.
Most people, when you talk about trout lining, they think of catfishing,
Right. No, that trout line of blue crabbing, that looks like a lot of fun.
It can be, but man, it can be a freaking nightmare with the wife sometimes. I love my wife, and if it's windy out, it's funny because when you run it's 1,200 feet usually for me as a recreational guy.
Yeah.
But commercial, they can run, they can run endless trout lines. So when I go commercial crabbing, she runs almost 4,800 feet of it, and it's surprising. When you go to Florida or you go down to Louisiana or something like that, they don't do the trout lining. It's all them big traps and everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the big traps up here too. So we have two different kind of commercial guys. That's the traps and the trout lining. But the guys that have the trout, the traps, they can't come into the rivers where that's where most of the trout lining guys are, girls, because the women. So go out.
Put boring fisherman's comment up there.
I used to blue crabs after living on Dungeness, and my whole life was. I might say, blue crabs really not that bad. You probably had them boiled then, because if I gave you some steamed blue crabs, you'd be all right. And obviously, they're a bigger crab. You're not going to get as much meat. I guess it depends. How do you guys actually cook your crabs up there?
I boil mine, but you can steam them too. Either way, but
Dungeness crab meat is a lot richer in flavor
Yeah.
compared to blue crab.
Kind of like a lobster, maybe.
Yeah, kind of similar, maybe.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Honestly, I would honestly say I'd prefer Dungeness crab over lobster.
I haven't never had lobster. I mean, I've always told me it's kind of a the same taste. So
Careful there, Travis. Might
I'm
get
not-
beat up by Cindy.
Never take someone's chocolate milk.
Tasha, what's up?
What's up, Tasha?
Whoops. It's not what I was trying to do here.
that's cool. I'm just sitting here, and it's one of them nights that I'm off for the next 4 days. So this is one of the nights I'm actually sitting up for the first time, drinking a couple beers and chilling out. And then there's your live. All of a sudden, I see your live up there, and it's kind of. And I don't know. Can you hear me like through the mic, or am I sounding like through a?
No,
Tap
sounds
it.
Good.
Yeah.
Tap your mic. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
coming through the mic.
Oh yeah, through the mic.
It's definitely coming through
Yeah.
the mic.
Yep.
Good. My wife, thank God, my wife let me spend a little bit of money because I gave her this idea that, me doing all the fishing and crabbing and stuff like that. I'm actually going hunting this weekend. I'm gonna hopefully throw something up there, but I do have one trapping video on my channel. I went.
That comment.
Oh, you got to eat butter with it.
Uh,
When you eat the crab, you got to have butter. I mean, it's butter and
he's,
crab.
talking, he's talking about crab butter.
Oh, crab butter. No.
You don't want crab butter, son. Boring
Oh.
wants crab butter, but I don't want crab butter. Crab
talking-
butter is the guts, basically.
Oh, you mean we call it the mustard here?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, see, that's the best part of the crab.
That is
Mm-mm.
sick and wrong.
What?
Mm-mm.
I
And the
do
blue-
not eat cow guts. Why would I eat crab guts?
Well, see, I guess Dungeness crabs might be different than blue crabs, but
No,
You know,
it's not. But
here in Maryland, you get that nice bright orange. It looks like a bunch of like diarrhea poop, but it's really good.
Mm-mm.
no, I actually started cleaning my crab before I cook them.
Oh, that's no fun.
And
stuff.
it is so much better. And before when I did it the way Boring does, and I'm not saying the way Boring does it is wrong. It's just not the way I'm going to do it because I don't like it that way. But
Dungeness crab or blue crab?
yeah,
Dungeness.
Dungeness crab. But I have found that when I boil the crab whole or steam them whole, whatever you want to do, after I eat about one crab, my gut starts feeling just kind of gross. Not sick, just kind of gross. And I can eat pretty much endless crab until I get full if I clean them before I cook them. And I never feel bad on it.
Same.
So there's got to be some nasty stuff up in that crab butter or mustard, whatever you want to call it. That's
Hey,
all
look,
I'm
man.
saying.
It's a good colon cleanser.
Yeah, whatever.
It is.
Quote of the day.
Yeah, it's just it's something that we all it's something here like everybody else we grew up on and
I know.
and I don't eat as many crabs as my wife. We don't eat, but what we do is that my wife really is crazy, so we'll go at least once a week and we're out there and she picks it and we pick it and we got like 20-30 pounds of crab meat sitting in the freezer. So I mean most of the time we more likely make like the cream of crab soups and the regular crab soup and crab cakes and whatever
That's
crab can go. Actually, I'm getting ready to do one of the videos of our crabbing videos I'm getting to put up I'm going to take some crab meat and stuff it with the sea bass I just caught.
Gotcha.
And so I'm going to do a nice stuffed sea bass on it. So I'm going to add that catch and cook onto the video.
That sounds good.
That I've never had sea bass. I've never been on the ocean, so everybody says how good it was. That was a really mild tasting. It was such a good fish.
Yeah. Yep.
I just did and it was a simple. All I did was basically garlic and butter. I just put a little bit of butter in the pan with some garlic and some thyme, and I just actually just kept putting the butter on it, and yeah, it was really, really good.
You said you went down south and did some red drum fishing, right?
Yeah, we were in. I went to my buddy. He lives in Mechanicsville, but we drove about an hour to where we were right underneath in the bay. There was a bridge.
Boring.
It's probably right under the Bay Bridge.
No, it wasn't the Bay Bridge. It's just a different bridge. It wasn't the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. This was oh crap. I can't remember the name of. It was more like a metal bridge. It was a short bridge, and so I've never been red fishing before. So we went out and there was fish.
You know what city
everywhere.
you were in by chance?
We were around Mechanicsville.
Around Mechanicsville.
Hold on for a second. He gave me the name of it. Let me look and see.
Because if you were at about an hour from Mechanicsville, you could have been anywhere from like Rappahannock to the Chickahominy.
Yeah, we were not too far away from the Rappahannock.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, we were. But the thing was, it was funny because I even called my wife because we like blue crabs, so there was no recreational crabbers out there whatsoever, and there were some commercial guys out there, but there were crabs everywhere on almost every pylon on every dock.
Mhm.
There were blue crabs sitting on them. I told the wife, I was like, "Oh my God, we can come down here and we can fill up. We can fill up." Like it was crazy how many crabs we were seeing. Because I mean, we struggled a little bit on crabs in Maryland because everybody, it's a go into a boat ramp to go
Yeah.
blue crabbing. I don't go in the morning. So me and my wife, the morning bite's usually better, but me and the wife. So I work every Tuesday and every Saturday. So it's one of them things that I get off so early that we grab the boat and we go in the afternoons. So when we go in the afternoons, everybody else that comes in the morning are gone. So a lot of times we'll have the whole river or the whole place to ourselves. And we might not get that great morning bite, but sometimes it's just, and we don't need it. We used to be able to catch 2 bushels of crabs, but now we're only limited to 1 bushel. But it's plenty for me and the wife. I mean, we come home and steam them. It's just, I don't know. It's just a fun thing in the summertime. She's sad now because it's over with.
See, ours never ends. We can crab year round.
I'm pretty sure I can down here too. Actually,
What's that?
Crab year round down here.
Yeah, I think they're talking about the commercial guys actually starting to do dredging again. I think they cut the dredging out in Virginia. And I heard something they're talking about going to the winter dredging down there where, they're digging them up out of the ground because once it starts getting cold, then blue crabs stick themselves in the mud, in the winter times.
Yeah. So have you ever done the where you take like a chicken leg or whatever and just tie it off on a rope and throw it out?
Yeah, that was when I was growing up. Yeah.
That's the best way to get them in winter.
It's so easy. I mean, it's
At
really
least
easy.
here, anyways.
Well, I mean, you can do the same thing here, but once it gets to because our water temps might be, I don't know, it was kind of warm today. I mean, it rained all day, but I mean, it was kind of cold, and with the rain came a little bit warmer weather. But once that water starts getting under 60 degrees and the 50 degrees, they start going really, really deep. And before it used to be at a crab until December 15th, at least the guys in the bay. But now November, that's it.
Later,
They're done.
Later, Tasha.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's kind of cool. I appreciate you letting me come up. I'm just, like I said, just is one of them nice, man. I'm just chilling out, staying up a lot later than normal.
Yeah, I don't have any plans for tomorrow, I figured I'd hop on and just see what everyone was doing, how everything was going. If anyone had any like special plans or anything for tomorrow.
There's people coming, just people, parents, my parents coming. That's just the normal stuff. The wife does all the work, and I'll sit up here and I got videos to edit and stuff.
I got a trapping video that I need to put together, but I still have next week to do that.
Yeah, that's what I did. One trapping video that so my friend let me go and hunt his so we have Sitka deer here.
Yeah.
And Sitka deer is kind of they're in the elk family.
Yeah.
And man, in October it is when we go down into the marsh. So they are like a marsh. So you got to be they're like walking through all the water and the marsh and everything. And they bugle like an elk, and it's like a high pitch elk. It's the prettiest thing ever, especially when you're sitting in there. It's all quiet, and you hear them little, and they're small. They're really little deer, and that's. I kind of lost my train of thought, but that's I've been down there a couple times. I had a shot of a nice stag down there one time. Good God, man, and I missed him. At 100 yards. It was 100 yards and I missed him with my gun. That was really horrible. Really horrible. It was the prettiest deer. I love whitetail. Whitetail is all nice and everything, but the Sitka was kind of like their coat was really dark, almost like a black dark, but his antlers was almost like a pearl white. And that was probably the prettiest deer I ever seen. And I missed him at 100 yards. Twice. Twice.
You need to sight your gun in, I think.
So I usually shoot life fields at I had a H&R 20 gauge. I only had a 20 gauge, and it was weird because I asked this guy if I can come down, to go and hunt. He had it open, and he said no, he wasn't going to do it. And then at the last minute, he said, yeah, okay, if you want to come down this weekend, come on down. And I only had I didn't have any of my light fields. So the gentleman that I usually get them from, he was closed because of the holiday. I forgot which holiday it was. I know he was on vacation. So I went to another place. They didn't have my shells that I normally use. So I had to get they're called Renicky, a Renicky shot. I don't know. It was a Renicky shot. So I had to come in and sight it in. So I guess at 100 yards, it dropped because when I shot at him, like it must have went right underneath of him. And so and it's a one shot gun. So it's almost like a muzzle loader in a way.
Yeah.
So I had to load it up. The problem is that when he was facing one way and when I shot, he completely turned broadside the other way. So when I loaded back up on him, I did raise the gun up a little bit. I mean, them things must drop. So, I mean, it just must, you know what I mean? It's just not used to what I was shooting and it was dropping.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And I really haven't been down there since. I do have a spot to go down there too, but it was very disappointing. Very disappointing. Trying to organize all these wires, when you're doing all this stuff is pretty crazy. The two mics. I mean, I don't have my. I actually bought a Rodecaster Pro for all the audio, and try to be as, trying to do this podcast kind of as professional as I can, as non-professional as I am, but. This is my microphone now is just kind of hooked into my computer.
Yeah, same. It's just USB directly to my computer.
Yeah, it was, thank God my wife was a little lenient. She has definitely put up with me with all the GoPros and all the stuff I bought for this YouTube stuff, man. What do you think, Reef Robert, doing all this YouTube? I mean, it's work, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, definitely. It takes a lot of time.
Oh my God, man. having a full-time job and then coming out and trying to make videos and stuff. It was kind of weird.
That's why I don't have sponsors. I get emails all the time, and I just look at them and go on because I don't have time to chase that stuff down.
Well, I don't mind if a company, like I just did a video. This week. I had a company. So what I've been wanting to do is put a drone. I've been wanting a drone.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is that most of our, just like you, for me and you, a lot of our videos are over water.
Right.
And when you're talking about spending 5, 6, 800 hours on a freaking drone, I'm like, man,
that thing better fly, and it better fly by itself.
Holy, it's crazy. So I had a company reach out to me a couple of weeks ago and said they were going to send me a free drone if I would do a video for them. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll do that. Yeah. So it's actually not a bad. It's actually it don't have a gimbal or nothing, but for me, just to get a different view of us out there crabbing and stuff like that. Hell yeah, man, I'll do that. To send it for free.
Yeah.
I want a free drone.
Yeah, it was. You'll be surprised. The more subscribers you get and the more views you get, you'll have a lot of them are definitely from China, Japan.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And if it's something that I think that I can use, like the drone, I'll do it. Like I said, I did like Better Boat, a company called Better Boat. They said, hey, you want to do a video, look at the products, and we'll send you the products. So I'm thinking, all right, they'll give me like one product. So I gave them a list of like 6 different things. I was like, hey, you want to send? They sent everything.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like because we're in saltwater, so that, kind of like a little thing you can hook up to your because I got the outboard on there, and it's a desalter, something like that. Like ratchet, the ratchet straps for the trailer because mine broke, so I wanted to put ratchet straps on it. I mean, it really sent everything, and so I thought that I was like, all right, sure,
that is pretty cool.
It's a little bit like that, but don't do it if it's like I had somebody send me something they wanted. Was it? If it's not gonna be worth, and I'm honest on the video, I don't lie about it either. So if it's
I mean, I wouldn't either. It would be a legit. This is what I think of it. If they want me to send it back, I'll send it back. But whatever.
Nah, once they send it to you, you're good.
Right.
It's all right, but like I said, I was hoping to be where Reef Robber was, but they always said that you're. And since I don't know how many subscribers you got, Hook Fishing,
right over 300 right now.
Well, let me tell you something. It's a grind, man. Don't think there's a lot of guys I've seen lately. There's 2 guys in particular that I don't know. Have you guys seen the one guy? He's called Fishing with something. This guy has 24 videos, and it's just happened. So you got to listen to the stories.
Yeah. He got shared out by some guy on TikTok and blew up to like 20-something thousand overnight.
Yeah, he said he only had like 200 subscribers. He said before he went to bed, he had 500 subscribers. He woke up to 11,000 subscribers, and right now, he's got over 800,000 subscribers.
Oh,
yeah.
And he's got like 25 videos out.
Yep.
He did a video apologizing because he didn't put the work in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey man, and I'm like, don't apologize. Sometimes I have a YouTube channel I watch in see, this is why I'm gonna do a podcast, because I talk too much. He's out of Florida. He don't have that many videos, and he kind of blew up a little bit too. And he's called Tug Trash. Tug, T-U-G. He works on a tugboat.
Gotcha.
And he put some videos up, and he's another one, man. It kind of blew up. So my goal was by January 1st to get my 10,000 subs. But last October, man, I couldn't make any videos. I just I had issues with my knee, and I had a total knee replacement, and man, it was pretty horrible last year. So it
If
kind
you
of
want-
start.
If you want subscribers, go back and do the remix on your long videos. You ever do that into shorts?
Yeah, I do some of that. What scares me about the shorts, it gets you subscribers, and as much as I want the subs and hooked fishing, I'm gonna tell you the same thing. As much as you want subscribers, you know, you got to remember, man, you it's the views you want. It's the views are more important than the subs.
Right. Right.
But
I realize that too, but some of those have to filter over and watch some of the long form videos.
definitely.
And even if they don't, you still make money on the shorts.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
long as it's an original audio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just can't use like a pre-recorded audio. Yeah.
Yeah, oh mine. I mean, I don't do TikTok. I thought about doing TikTok, but
I don't do TikTok either.
Yeah,
I do. It doesn't help.
we have a guy here that actually started to blow up. His name's Luke McFadden.
Yeah. Yep. I know him.
Yeah, he's here. Actually, I have them guys on one of my podcasts that I'm doing. And I got him and CJ, his buddy.
Yeah.
They're from
Yeah.
Maryland. They're from Maryland.
Yeah.
I got them guys coming in. I'm going to interview them guys. And you'd be surprised. Luke is little. He's like a real
Yeah.
little guy.
Yeah, he is. Those guys have a lot of fun though. And you might as well, while you're out there working, you might as well have some fun.
Yeah, I mean they're
That's
fun.
like Caliber on TikTok. He's doing amazing on TikTok.
He isn't even on YouTube anymore though.
I know. He's doing amazing on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, you don't know. I mean, I'm an older guy. I don't know how old you are, Reef Robber, but I would say, well, it's a friend of mine said it's a young man's thing. I was like, nah, I don't know, man. I see a lot of guys our age, man, really killing
Yeah.
it on YouTube.
No, there is. How old do you think I am?
I don't know. I'm thinking between 45 and 50.
Oh man, you're close. You're close. I'm 44.
44?
January I'll be 45.
January 1.
1.
January 1?
Yep.
January 26th, I'll turn 57.
Yep.
I'm
No
gonna be
one
I'm an old
guesses my
guy.
age, right?
Yeah,
How
you're
old you are?
32.
You're about 30. I would say you're about 30, 35 years old.
Yeah, 32. I'll be 33 in
You
May.
just said earlier in this live.
He didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it. But hey, man, just keep grinding. It's a grind, and you know, like Mr. Beast was on there, you know, 6-7 years before he started getting all this stuff. If you watch a lot of the older Mr. Beast stuff, it's a grind. And as much as I take advice from all these the TubeBuddy and the vidIQs and all that stuff,
I don't pay any attention to that stuff.
well, some of the stuff can work, but then you guys just gotta. It's just.
Well,
Just
so
make your videos. Just try to do the best thumbnails you can.
I also use vidIQ. I actually really like it, but what it seems like is vidIQ and like TubeBuddy, the ones that like give you the options of stuff.
Yeah,
They're not really designed for fishing and outdoor channels. They're designed for like prank channels and review channels and stuff like that. They don't really work well to optimize fishing channels as they do other ones.
I would just say just try to make the best thumbnail you can, because the first thing you want to do is get them to click. And
Yeah.
I've been really lacking on that, and I've been really trying to bust my butt to do that. It's really kind of the thumbnail, man. I don't want to clickbaits either. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've been trying videos with nothing, no freight, you know, just a plain video like me holding a fish or something, to maybe putting some words on it, trying descriptions. It's tough. It you know, for most, I would say 99% of the people, it's a grind, but just keep going, man. Just keep putting the videos out. And
Once you get up a little further up in numbers, they start adding up a lot faster to you.
yeah,
I mean, like you start snowball effect or whatever, and Yeah.
Well, see, that's kind of what ticked me off about last October. See, at the end of last summer, I was the snowball effect started happening because I started normally I get maybe 1 to 2 subscribers a day, maybe 5 to 10 on the weekend. Well, it started to get to where it was 10, 15 a day,
Yeah.
30 to 40, 50 on the weekend. And then right at the end of that weekend, man, I'm telling you what, I freaking the situation I had with my knee, I couldn't work. So every day I was off, I was actually icing and
Yeah.
I had an issue. I had an ACL tear that actually just I must have re-injured that was making my knee so bad. And I have a job that I'm a physical guy. I do a lot of walking and stuff. So I was kind of just trying to maintain in it, but then now it's kind of seeming like I'm starting a little. I would say I'm starting over, but I'm going to give it to April. I'm going to hit that 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
It might not be the first this year, but now that I'm back putting out and busting out some videos, it'll be up there. But this year I'm gonna throw out a little bit more hunting videos,
Yep.
some predator hunting and stuff like that.
Yep. You guys have Nutria out there, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I don't think like you guys do it. We don't see them much. I know they had the signs up saying to kill them or whatever if you can see them, but I've never seen one. Now we had a lot of muskrats out here.
Yeah.
Chad, what is a house pontoon? I'm very curious.
Pontoon boat, houseboat.
I would like one of those. It's just the way he typed it. It just threw me off.
I haven't.
I'm hoping my house pontoon gets views.
I'm sorry. I haven't. I just got the comment. You guys. Yeah. I mean, what time is it? It's almost midnight for me.
Yeah, same.
I need to get to bed. I got to drive all day tomorrow.
No, I'm going to sit. I'm going to sit home, and I'm not going to do anything. But I'm going. It's opening day of gun season here in Maryland, Saturday, so that's where I'll be.
Yeah.
Looking for a nice big whitetail.
Oh, that is cool. I like that, Chad.
Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you letting me come up, and
yeah, man. Anytime, man.
Just let you guys know, I'm watching you Tuesday mornings, man. When I'm going to work at 2:30 in the morning, driving in, I got about an hour drive, so I put your live stream on and I just listen to it as I'm going into work. So,
boy, that only gets you about halfway through mine, if that.
well,
same.
Yeah, well, it's about an hour. It's about an hour drive in, and then when I go, I have to drive to the other area. It's about 45 minutes, so I stick it back in. So I got about an hour 45 minutes, and I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just so you know, I did hit you with a sub.
Thanks, man.
Yep,
I appreciate it. Right now, it's the goal of just getting to 5,000, as you can see on my little thing down here.
Yeah.
Getting to 5,000, but it's called the struggle bus, but it's been actually the last 3 months is what's a little bit what's killing me is that I'm putting my blue crabbing videos were actually one of my bigger videos, and because of that hiatus, I guess they're not getting as many views. I mean, I'm watching other guys get, they're doing the same thing, and I'm going like, yeah, it's a little frustrating. But hey, man, it's just keep slugging along, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't even know how many subs I get per day anymore. I mean, it varies, of course, but in the last 28 days,
Oof.
717.
That's cool.
Boring is at 840, and he's trying to get to 1,000 before the new year. You'll probably make it, man. Just
make it
and stuff.
Oh yeah, man. Just
put out more videos. That's all you got to do. But
see, well, today I won't lie to you. Today I've actually I got about 15 subscribers a day.
Yeah.
So
that's
a good darn day.
This 717 says that's 97 more than usual for a 28-day period.
Just keep going, man. Before you,
it's been this last 2 weeks has been crazy for views and for subscribers. So,
and it's just going to, and it'll only get better, man.
yeah.
You know, I love watching the crabbing videos. I like when you guys go off when you're offshore. So,
Do you like when I pinched the back of Jake's leg twice in a row?
yeah, that's a little feminine.
No, it wasn't either. It was through a lot of clothes, but it sure made him jump.
All right, well, I tell you what, hey man, you guys come on. If I'm off on a Monday night, I'll come up with you, Reef Robber, if it's okay.
Yep, I'd appreciate if you would. Boring. I am right now. I'm sitting at
10.5.
10,534.
Yep, I got that. I'm at 4602. So that was 2 subscribers. That's you and whoever else was on the chat gave me 2 subscribers. That's awesome.
Well, that's another thing. Live streams you get, especially if you go up on panel, you'll get a lot of subscribers because I learned way back in the day, and I'm kind of that way anyhow, but it's more of a relationship thing.
Yeah.
Than it is. I mean, number one, if they know who you are, they're going to watch your videos all the way through.
Right.
The other thing is, if they know who you are, it makes more sense to them, everything. And that's why they're going to watch the video all the way through. And to me, it's more about learning to know people than it is just getting subscribers.
That's where I think some of the secrets is that, like I'll just give you an example, like the Luke guy. I mean, he does this whole. He don't just go out and show crabbing. He shows him. You know, he goes out and shows him. Hey, man, this just broke. Oh my God, what I got to do to fix it? So he actually brings it. It's a personal thing now.
Yeah.
So people are actually coming. So it's.
Well, the thing about Luke. Thing about Luke is he never buys anything. No. He got a junkyard of his own, and he makes stuff out of nothing. Yeah. It's kind of cool. That I like that more than I like watching his crabbing videos.
Well, we're going to talk to him because right now we don't
tell him to shout me out.
Me too.
I'll do that. Well, you know what he did. Do you guys know a video is called the best food review show ever? That guy's got like 10 million subscribers. He's he does
not aware of that one.
He goes to like
I don't watch food stuff.
All right, well he's like a food guy. Well, he just came over, so I watched him. Luke just posted a picture or a little video with Sonny from that show. Yeah, and they came here to Maryland, and he just did a video with CJ and Luke just did a video with Sonny. I'm like, oh crap, they're definitely going to blow up now.
Yeah,
if they ain't already blowing up, they're going to blow up now with that guy there. You know,
they won't even have to crab anymore.
Oh, yeah, crabbing is not, and right here in Maryland, man, crabbing is not easy. I mean, they just gave them bushel limits. It's ridiculous. But well, just let you know that if you don't see me, man, I'm watching your live stream on Monday. You know, Monday mornings when you're on live.
Yeah, and, I got it written. I got your channel written down here. I will play if I remember.
Do whatever. It doesn't matter. Do a crabbing video so everybody sees your crabbing video. You can throw a blue crabbing video up there somewhere. Let them see how we catch them.
No, that's why I started watching some of the blue crabbing videos because it's basically the same. You're going after the same critter, just in a little bit different way. Not even that much different. A lot of times. Yeah.
You just got big. You guys are allowed them bigger traps. I mean, we have the square traps. You got the round traps, and But see,
I don't think there's any restriction on our traps because I got some big commercial traps that are 44 inches across.
Really?
And they're heavy, but I don't put them out unless I'm just leave them out for a while and then pull them. But
No, we're recreational. We can't, unless you live on the water and you have a pier, you can use the big ones. You can use the big crab pots you see Luke and them using. But
Yeah.
other than that, we either got to use the little 10 by 10s, and you're only
Yeah.
allowed 30 of them, or a trout line, and you're only allowed 1,200 feet. So it's Maryland, you freaking limit on everything. It's crazy.
Well, we can only throw 3 pots per license out when we're crabbing, which
Yeah, but
That's
you can
still better-
catch anywhere from 5 to 15 in that trap. It's like,
Both,
well,
Mhm.
yeah, there's a
both
lot
of
of
those,
things, but
both of those are still better than here in Virginia. If you get one of them little small wired cage traps, you
Yeah.
have to have a license for it. There's no way around it.
yeah, no, we got to
And
have license for them. Well,
It's
no,
expensive.
no, I'm a liar, because you're allowed to crab here with 10 of them traps, but you're only allowed like 2 dozen of crabs. So you can't catch any more than a certain amount of crabs with your traps.
Right.
If you got hand lines, like you said, just take a line out with some chicken net, you can put as many of them out as you want, but you're still
Same here. Yeah.
but
Um,
you're still only allowed 2 dozen of crabs with no license. If you have a license, you can catch a bushel.
Right. Yeah, it's really restricted here. To
see,
be
you
honest.
have to have a license to catch any crabs around here. But
Yeah.
you can use 3 of any combination of a snare, fishing pole, fold up trap or whatever, or a trap.
Interesting.
Anything you can go out and rake for them. You can dive for them. You can do whatever you can catch them basically any way you want to catch them, but you can only keep 12 per person per day.
12, and the way
I
you're
thought y'all
talking,
didn't
that's
have
a
to
lot
have-
of crabs.
It is a lot of crabs. You'd never eat that many, not one person.
I thought
I love
I
shrimp.
thought you didn't have to have a specific license to crab out there.
No, you do. You have to have a shellfish license. It's
Oh,
10
okay.
bucks. $10 for the whole year.
Oh, that's
Oh,
I mean, like,
Oh, shit.
way
That's-
cheaper than here.
oh yeah,
Well, it's 5 here. We're allowed to it's $5, and if you actually buy your fishing license, it's $2.50. $2.50. If you actually buy your fishing license, they charge you $2.50. If you don't have your fishing license, it costs you $5 for a crabbing license. But I mean, we crab. I mean, we do crab all year. We do crab, and the problem is, I'm kind of a fat, chubby guy, and when it starts getting to be like 100 degrees out, my wife still wants to go. You know, it's in heat index is 105, and she's just like ready to go. And the good thing with my wife is that, I mean, if we got a trout line, it's got to be baited. She'll have that done. She literally will have the bait ready, the traps ready, the cooler ready, food, drinks, everything ready. All I gotta do is hook the boat up and go.
yeah.
That's a nice part. She's crazy about it. She's a little sad now. Like I said, she's sad that she's not gotta wait a whole 6-7 months before she can go back out crabbing again.
Or you could bring her out here and we could go anytime.
Well, that's one thing that I keep telling her that I think I'm going to start making, she can't leave, but I'm definitely thinking about starting to make trips and doing collaborations with some guys. I'm thinking about going down to Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, and
Yeah.
I could come to Oregon. Just got to give me a safe place out there to stay. As long as I got a
Yeah.
hotel that I'm not going to, there's a bunch of knuckleheads up there in some of them places up there.
Yeah,
Just like
but we're out.
Hey, I've been Baltimore. It can't be any worse, any worse than
No,
where
we're
I'm
out.
at.
I live out in the country, so and there's a truck stop motel that's 5 miles from us, 8 miles from us. I don't know, but
Here you go. Saltwater recreational use, 5 crab pots, no terp. I don't even know what a terp is.
I don't know what that is either.
$46 for the season.
Right, and
That's
that's recreational.
Right.
Wow.
With terp is only $36. I still don't know what a terp is. And if I wanted to do a trot line, it's $12 for the season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, then
$12.
you should-
You should
you
do a trot line.
Yeah, I'll show you how to do that. I should do the trout line for crabbing.
That'd be
that's
awesome.
It's you can buy them things pretty rigged up, and then it's yeah. I told my buddy I wouldn't mind coming down there. I mean, I think I don't know what's the limit. What can the recreational guy have for today?
Let's find out. Blue crab limit, Virginia. As much as 1 bushel of hard crabs and 2 dozen peeler crabs in any one day.
Oh, 1 bushel.
Yep.
So you're pretty much 1 bushel. Yeah, the peeler crabs. Man, that's not too bad. And as many crabs you got down there where I was at, it wouldn't take you long. It wouldn't take you long. I can tell you what, that guy.
Not with a trout line, it wouldn't.
No, well, I went down there, and I had to leave. And when I left, and I was talking about how many crabs, his buddy actually went fishing, took 1 crab pot, and stuck it out there, and he said he caught like a little over 2 dozen of crabs just in that 1 crab pot. That's pretty good. That's pretty good down there. Well, what the time is it?
Now I want to know what a terp is, though.
I don't know.
It's the beginning of the entine. Turpentine.
Yeah. Yeah. The turpentine. But all right. I guess I gotta go to bed. I don't have to get up at no certain time. It's nice to be able to sleep in. Even though
Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to explain something boring, but you go ahead.
no, you go ahead. I'm just as boring.
A peeler crab is a very, very, very soft-shelled crab.
Yeah, well, if I'm not mistaken, a peeler crab is because they say the peeler. So the peeler crab to be is an immature female it's getting ready to shed, I think.
Or it
Because
just did. It just did shed, I think.
Well, it's because when we're out commercial crabbing, we keep the peelers for the bait shop. So she actually sells her peelers. So the peeler actually, if it's immature female and under a size, we can't keep her. So it has like the V. So the immature female is going to have more of a V looking thing instead of like the dome looking.
Right.
When you look at it, it's going to be really purple. It's going to be really purple looking, and it's kind of hard to explain. That'll let you know that she's a peeler. Not that I don't know if she hasn't shed yet, but she might be getting ready to shed into a female. So she's getting ready to be able to be a breeder, I guess. So it's like you can see where her underbelly, where her apron is like purplish, and you can see the not the back fin, but the second to the back fin, you'll see almost like a white little line, like she's getting ready to shed. So that's a peeler. So I think that's when they get the peeler before they actually become mature. Because that's what happens. A lot of the peelers will be there, and that's when the males grab on them, sit inside, and they're on top, or we call them doublers, where they're waiting for her to shed, and then they actually mate. They mate, and then they protect the hard shell crab. That's why you usually catch that big giant monster male crab on top of that little female. Yeah,
every time I've ever caught a peeler crab, it's only been about big.
You have that little.
Yeah.
Pretty little.
I do know our biggest restriction here is on females, and if they're sponged up and you get caught taking one that is sponged up, you're in a world of trouble.
Well, it's a recreational crab. We can't keep any females. We can't
right.
keep any.
Same, but if they're sponged up, you're in so much more trouble.
Yeah. When you're on your live stream, what camera are you using for your live stream?
I'm using my laptop.
Your laptop? What are you using? I'm sorry. I always call you Reef Robber. So what's your name?
Earl. Yeah.
Earl.
I'm Bobby,
You
by
can
the
call
way.
me the Reef Robber. I don't care, but I'm just using my camera on my computer.
Okay. Okay. I got a little tiny webcam. That's the only thing that I think would be fine. I'm
Yeah,
just worried
mine's
about
just a built-in camera on my laptop. I've thought about getting a better one, but
don't
it
know.
is what it is.
Yeah, because the camera, the capture
Why did
cord
that
and
go
all
away
that.
so fast?
Boring just posted a video.
Yeah, he said he just uploaded one and he has 2 ready to go, upcoming. But yeah, I'm Bobby, by the way. So you ever pop back in, you don't gotta call
Bobby and Earl.
me Bobby.
Bobby and Earl.
And Bobby is from Little Italy. I can get him to giggle anytime. That's all I got to do. Just tell
Little
him he's
Italy.
Little Italy. He just starts giggling.
All right, so hold on. There's a story behind that. Sandy could not pronounce it properly. Like she did not enunciate little or Italy for that matter. She said Little Italy. And it cracked me up.
Little Italy. That's funny. The I don't know. This YouTube thing, man, it's kind of been fun. I got to, like you guys, you get to meet a lot of cool people,
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
And so far, I really haven't. I really have, I really so far haven't met anybody that's really been a jerk or anything so
Right.
far.
Right. I haven't either, really. Other than Bobby.
Yeah.
Fair.
Well, even when you start getting bigger, like Luke, we talking about
Yeah.
Luke.
Yeah.
He gets so many. Now he's getting so many texts and so many emails and stuff like that, and and I contact him through Instagram to come and do my come and talking for my podcast, and he's like, yeah, if he's if as long as he's okay, yeah, he'll come in because the fish and tackle shop's not too far from where his crab place is.
Yeah.
So that should be fun. I did do a video with do you guys ever hear Black H Tip? It's that guy has like 3-4 million. He's more of a ocean fisherman.
Yeah. That's the dude down in Florida, right?
Yeah, Josh Jorgensen. I think that he did a lot. He just had cancer, but he's back out. It looks like he's back out fishing and stuff. Man, I had him on my buddy texts me and goes, hey man, we need a boat for tomorrow. Are you available? I'm like, sure. I had no idea who he was bringing. Man, I have an 18-foot aluminum boat, man. I had 5 guys on my boat slinging, a camera guy, 4 other guys slinging baits around, trying to catch. We have northern snakeheads down here, and they were trying to catch a northern snakehead. Took them out on that.
Trying to catch them for a while. I don't know where to go here. I know we have them. I just don't know where.
You need to find. I would. So are you near you're on the Rappahannock? I don't know the Rappahannock.
No, I'm closer to the Chickahominy.
Potomac? You anywhere near the Potomac?
Even further south. York River, James River, Chickahominy.
I forgot where them guys said they were. They said they were down in Virginia.
I'll jump off of here. You
All
guys
right.
have a good one. I'm gonna hit the hay. I gotta get up and drive.
Yeah, I gotta get off here soon too.
All right.
But all right. Have a good one, guys.
See you, Earl.
Later.
If I can
But yeah, I'm a little further south. I'm literally right on the Chickahominy River. Like there's a road right past this window, right behind my laptop. If I go straight down this road and then make a right at the end of it and go down about 3 or so miles, I'm at the Chickahominy River.
The best thing I would tell you to do is bobber, minnows, and find shallow, dirty water.
Well, that's pretty much all of the James River.
They like it shallow. They like them lily pads. They like the grass. They like being in
Yeah,
My,
yeah.
well, I tell you what, my first if you want to come on, if you want to listen to it and ask a question, so December the 9th, I'm going to be doing a live stream. It's going to be on a Saturday at 12 noon. So you'll be on Eastern Standard Time.
Hmm.
And the guy I'm going to have is, they call him Snakehead Jesus.
Okay.
So if you want to ask a question, he's been in Virginia fishing for some big snakeheads. So he would definitely be the guy to ask.
Okay. Yeah. Are you gonna premiere it, or is it just gonna be like a spur of the moment? Like, are you gonna have it scheduled? Is what I mean.
No, it's scheduled. It's going to be on December the 9th at 12 noon.
Okay.
Um, 12 noon. I'm going to
Oh,
be. I'll post it on. I'm gonna post it on. So if you got the notifications on, I'm going to post probably a couple days before. I'm
okay.
going to do a video on it. I'm going to be introducing the whole podcast
Later,
series.
Ken.
The whole podcast series. So if you're interested, come up and ask him some questions. And he'll answer anything that you need.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I'll definitely be there. Like I said, I would love to go out and catch them because they are invasive. I just, kind of want to help out, get rid of them. But they're also supposed to be good eating and a
They're
good
good eating.
fight. So
They're
might
good
as
eating.
well go get the triple threat out the way. You know what I mean?
I wish I can show you the 30 incher I caught, man. I won that tournament, man. I won $1,200 on that tournament catching that one. But yeah, but hey, I mean, I'll see. I think I'm pretty sure I'm going to check anyway. I'm going to check anyway, make sure. And I'm almost positive that I subscribed to you while I was watching. I've already subscribed to you. If not, when I get off here, I'm going to make sure that I am.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man. Just keep going, man. Just keep putting the videos out, and always remember that the thumbnail is important. And
Oh
try to
yeah.
tell.
Look, so I got my thumbnails right here. I mean, I think I do pretty good thumbnails, to be honest.
Nah, yeah, they're actually pretty good. Now you don't have to put a lot of words on it, but hey, man, just try to tell a story the best you can.
Yeah, I try and keep the the words minimal. But I mean, they look bad without any words. You know what I mean? At least
Yeah,
in my opinion.
sometimes can I watch some of the big guys not put a freaking word on there.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know what I mean? They just put their face on there. Sometimes it's just their face. But just keep going, man. Like I said, I'm on a struggle bus just like you are.
Yep.
How long you been
Yeah.
doing it?
I've been on YouTube about 3 years, but I really didn't start putting out content until about 2 years ago. And even then, I was doing like one video every like 3 or 4 months.
Oh,
Now
okay.
that I've tried to be a little more consistent. I I was doing them about every 2 weeks. And then the weather turned, and I really don't do cold because again, I take a blood thinner and all this other stuff. So the cold really affects me a lot.
Hmm.
So I gotta find something to supplement content now, but I'll figure it out.
Cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is the best blood thinner in the world.
Yeah, I take a warfarin. I had strokes when I was younger, so I'm stuck on a blood thinner till the day I'm gone.
Cayenne pepper is the best natural blood thinner. It's not a chili pepper. It's a herb, and
Right.
that herb it'll actually heal some of the stuff inside your body,
Yeah.
cuts and stuff. So I mean, when I eat, just eat cayenne pepper through the day. Take it with you. So if you think you're having a stroke, eat some cayenne pepper. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
All
But
right,
yeah,
young man.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. Thank you for coming up.
No problem, buddy. I'll see you later, man.
Yep, take it easy. Peace, y'all.